What up, you guys? It's your girl Bella, and I'm back. So I wanted to do a live reaction today. I was watching that clip on Cam and Mase show "It Is What It Is" podcast today, and it's been on my mind all day. It's where Cam dropped Mase with the real talk about trusting his intuition, and it hit kind of hard for me, especially when they talked about Biggie, Bad Boy, and how security folded. So I never knew this side of things because Mace don't really talk too much. You gotta force stuff out of him. So in the clip, make Mace jokes. If they couldn't protect their number one artist, Biggie, I had no chance. And they laughed so hard to the point where I just had to stop the video and come and talk about it. So I'm gonna play it right now. And then I wanna also I wanna go back a few years ago and I wanna listen to what Gene Deal said and see if the stories match because remember, we were only hearing a few versions of it, like Gene Deal's version. We never heard Mace talk about this. So let's listen to this.
I don't know if you're a real bad guy
Oh, and fair use, you guys, fair use.
like that, but it's always room for a bad guy. I was telling the nigga Sin that I was going to the Garden if the Knicks made the championship, and I was hoping to get booed. I wanted to do Hulkamania like this, walking there with the OKC. I wanted to get booed. I was, because you paying attention to what I got going on. It's always room for a bad guy.
Yeah.
And niggas like bad guy. Let's think, I don't know how far y'all go back in wrestling, right? And I didn't even really watch this ever, a little bit. We talk about The Rock, who's a mega superstar actor now, right? The Rock came into wrestling as a bad guy. He was such a good bad guy that he turned into a good guy because they loved the nigga so much as a bad guy. The niggas was like, nah, this my nigga. Now he 2-3 years later, he was a good guy. Not even because he was that good of a bad guy. It's always room.
People are dumping their $500 pressure washers for this $50 tool.
And I'm sorry, I had to start from the beginning or you won't get it. So
that's actually a good point.
Good thing you said bad guy, not bad boy.
I wasn't signing a murder. I said, yo, man, you really, to your credit, man, you really the chosen one, man. Me and Sin was saying you the chosen one, man. Loon went to jail. Stop my nigga Loon. Biggie dead. Craig Mack dead. G Delt went to jail. Damn, murder, you got the instincts.
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah. Damn, the lineup of jail and death over there. You got out of there, man. You got out of there just in time, man. That shit crazy over there. Where Total at? I asked him for a friend.
I just spoke to them the other day.
Oh, word 112 good?
Yeah.
All right, y'all got out of there. That's good, man. Glad y'all made it out. What about Dirty Money? Who was in Dirty Money? A word?
Yeah.
I just remember the name. I don't even know who was really in Dirty Money. That was two girls.
Real quick to Cam's point, because I only get a lick of time sometimes to ask you questions. When you hear the term chosen one, how do you feel about that?
He's just playing, but
no, I'm not really. I'm really not really playing.
Yeah.
It's other shit besides Bad Boy that we can't really talk about, but I'm just saying, you know how to navigate yourself to be like, nah, it's time to slide. I know that's a blessing though.
Yes.
Like I'm not like, that's what I'm saying. You might think I'm joking. I really am serious about that you are really looked after over God, I believe, because you get out of a lot of situations right when you don't need to be in situations.
Yeah, it's just like intuition. I think like growing up like the way I did, even like before I got to New York, so many so many things happen. I feel like that was a gift given to me just to protect myself.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you one thing. I don't, and listen, like May's got security now. You running around security, but we was talking. I was asking him one time. I say, "Yo, we was talking about after Biggie got killed and how, like, nobody from Bad Boy bust a gun when Biggie got shot, and the gang. You know, I'm not going to tell too much, but he was telling me how the gangs was in the hotel and so on and so forth, and he maneuvered his way to get out of that situation because everybody that he came with there to LA had left out. He was the only one there. So you got Biggie passed away, security not busting their hammer, Puff get on the private jet, everybody going, and Mase figured his way to get out of here. So we was talking about, he said, Cam, that's why you just see me run around with nobody sometimes. Ain't nobody do shit. I'm better off by myself. It's funny, but not funny.
Yeah, when they go, cow, cow.
Yeah.
You know, you by yourself. Everybody trying to make it home.
Yeah.
Especially niggas crying behind cars. I just want to go home. I just want to be home.
Right. But that's part of me saying that you the chosen one. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, what do you do if you're security crying behind the car?
Damn.
Now, who is he talking about? Is he talking about Gene Deal was crying behind the car? Because who was the security? Because from here on out, all we knew was that it was Gene Deal. It was other security. But who is he referring to, y'all?
Yeah. I just want my blanket. Security crying behind the car.
Damn.
I just want my blanket. You just want your blanket. Nigga, we gotta get out of here. I done sing too much. Niggas can't tell me nothing. That's why when niggas be talking tough, I said, man, just say it. I done seen all that. Nigga said he want to just go home and be
Shit.
under his blanket. You like, what?
But he there for security. I just want my blanket.
This glass on the floor. Niggas is behind the car. I'm never gonna be in this position.
I just want to go home and
I just want to be under my blanket. Niggas be you like, wow.
Oh shit.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. God, you get me out of here. I'm never fooling with these niggas.
That is why I don't know who he's talking about, but I don't know. Is he talking about Gene Deal?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I asked you a question.
Oh man.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
what was your reaction?
You know me.
Yeah, I know you.
That's why I'm here. That's why I don't go nowhere with these niggas.
Yo, I gotta pause this. Man, if they talking about, man, I don't know who they're talking about, but let's go and hear what Gene Deal had to say 3 years ago. Okay? So, because I don't know who they're talking about. Oh my goodness. If they talking about Gene Deal, oh my goodness, man. Okay, so this was 3 years ago. Gene Deal had an interview on Vlad TV, and he's saying why he didn't shoot back at Biggie's killer. Now, we heard Mase in the first segment where he said that he didn't feel safe anymore with Bad Boys because they couldn't even protect Biggie. So he didn't feel protected. And he said security was hiding behind the car. So I don't know. Let's see what Gene Deal had to say.
Issue with some comments he made to you a while back, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think he made a comment to you asking you why you didn't, shoot Biggie's killer.
Bruh, me and Mase had conversations before Big got killed. Me and Mase had a conversation after Big got killed. I told Mase the whole story. I helped Mase on 2 occasions in California. When he was trapped off in the club and when he was trapped off in the hotel. You understand me? Mase knew what he was doing. He was trying to divert what really happened because I had made a statement is that why he told Puff what those guys from California told him about wanting to kill Big and wanting to get at Puff over that incident that happened at their video shoot in New York when their Vans and Winnebagos was shot up. Why didn't he tell Big? So he was trying to divert that whole conversation and make it seem like, so Gene, why you didn't shoot? Listen to me. It wasn't because Big wasn't my principal. He knew the fact that we had blew the light and we was halfway down the block, crossed the light, and then when the first shot went off, our driver took straight off. I'm screaming at our driver because he was told that somebody was pointing a gun at Big and them. He should have just threw the car in reverse. He knew the whole story, my man, prior to him even coming back to New York. Because me and him had a conversation on the phone. He the one told me, well, I was in the room with Brandy and Brandy was trying to get me out the room to come to the party. So I felt that was kind of weird. So she said Brandy was calling me trying to get me out the room to come to the party. Well, you was in the room with Brandy. How's she calling you to try to get you out the room to come to the party? You know what I'm saying? This was going through my mind. But Mase knew the whole situation. Mase knew that it's no way possible that I was able, being sideways in the car, because Puff, when I got in the car, Puff had put his seat back. Now I'm sideways in the car like this, and I'm cussing him out like, yo, man, what the fuck is you doing? Why you got your seat back like this? We hear the shot, pow. Puff put his head down. I go to open the door. Kenny flies, going straight. You understand? So he knew the whole story. What I supposed to do? Put my gun out the window and just start shooting? Like this? When the car had already turned the corner? It came out of parking space. So he knew the story, bruh. He was trying to just divert the attention of, well, why security? So ask security. Ask big security. Ask Paul. Ask the LAPD. The LAPD officer that was right there. They was right behind. Paul was outside the car. Why didn't they shoot? Why when we turn back around and come down the street that they way down the block, they coming back when we get back to the car? When we get back to the car, nobody's in Big's car but Big. Mase knew this. Me and Mase had this conversation. Him and Tone is like this. He knew me and Tone jumped in the car and chased after the guy. We couldn't catch him. He wanted to divert the attention from himself because why didn't you tell Big that these dudes was trying to get at you, bruh? You had that conversation with with Puff, but you ain't had that conversation with Big. Big was your label mate. So people come on to him, why you ain't shoot? Listen to me, bro. At that time, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Anybody who really knows me know that they ain't got to worry about nothing. If it comes to the point where gunplay has to be a part of my security, I'm not going to hesitate. Because I never bodyguard anybody that I wasn't willing to lay down my life for. And that goes for Puff or anybody else I ever was with. Chaz, K. Slade, Scott Storch, Fat Joe, 50, Nate Dogg, Exhibit. Anybody I decide to take a job and bodyguard for at that time in my life, I wouldn't have had a problem.
No, I gotta play Mase again because I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But let's see, because something ain't adding up.
A situation because everybody that he came with there to LA had left out. He was the only one there. So you got Biggie passed away, security not busting their hammer, Puff get on a private jet, everybody going, and Mase figured his way to get out of here. So we was talking about, he said, Cam, that's why you just see me run around with nobody sometimes. Ain't nobody do shit. I'm better off by myself. It's funny, but not funny.
Yeah, when they go, cow, cow.
Yeah.
You know, you by yourself. Everybody trying to make it home.
Yeah.
Especially niggas crying behind cars. I just want to go home. I just want to be home.
Right. But
Is he talking about Gene Deal? Hit the comments and tell me, y'all, because he gotta be.
that's part of me saying that you the chosen one. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, what do you do if you're security crying behind the car?
Damn.
I just want my blanket. I just want your blanket. Nigga, we gotta get out of here. I didn't sing too much. Niggas can't tell me nothing. That's why when niggas be talking tough, I said, man, just say it. I didn't sing all that. Nigga said he want to just go home.
Oh,
and be
shit.
under his blanket. You like, what?
But he there for security. I just want my blanket.
This glass on the floor. Niggas is behind the car. I'm never going to be in this position.
I just want to go home and
I just want to be under my blanket.
Crazy.
Niggas you like, wow.
Oh shit.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. God, you get me out of here. I'm never fooling with these niggas. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I asked you a question.
Oh man.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
You know me.
Yeah, I know you.
That's why I'm here. That's why I don't go nowhere with these niggas.
Oh, shit. Yo, but I know you. I'm trying to picture your facial reaction to the nigga talking about I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Excuse me.
It's that.
Sorry about that.
That was great. That was great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I know you said he was joking, but that's why I asked, because it don't really be jokes. Like,
If my security holding me down in Cali, it's somebody, the number one rapper in the world get killed, you talking about just, not to laugh at Biggie at all, but nigga telling you, I just need to want to go home. And the second top artist in the world, which is Mase, about to be number one. Nigga said, that's what I'm saying. I wonder his face, because I'm like, if y'all let niggas do that to Big, I don't stand a chance.
Oh, man.
Oh man, sorry.
What do y'all think, y'all? Who's telling the truth? Like, who's really telling the truth? I don't get this part of it. This is so crazy. I've never heard Mase say anything about anything. So for him to be even giving 2 cents in it is just crazy. And his instincts, though, Mase leaning into his instincts like that, he saw the crack and he caught the escape route. And that moment showed his self-preservation, because Mase dodged a bullet, by like a split hair from Bad Boy. So why does this matter? It wasn't just business, it was safety. He felt it. And, now we're here to hear his side. So to be fair to Gene Deal, I wanna play his side of the story of what happened after after Biggie passed away, because the only person who really knows what happened is Gene Deal. I haven't heard any other security come out, and just to be fair to Gene, you might as well listen to his things of what happened the day
23 people go to the vibe party.
Biggie passed away. So let's hear Gene's side of as he breaks down the events leading up to Biggie's murder. Now we heard Mase at the end after Biggie got killed. Everybody was just trying to make it home. I think they even said Diddy hid in the back of a police trunk and got out of there to the airport. So can you imagine? So this is Gene Deal giving the events leading up to Biggie's murder.
And then at one point, the fire department starts to shut it down.
Now it's only 12 of us. Because them motherfuckers that left, they must have felt something. What's his name? Chuck Bone. That was Puff friend. Yeah, he that was with us, Chuck Bone. They must have felt something and they left and went to Steve Stout's house in the hills. Because Steve Stout was giving a party that day too.
Okay, so half the entourage leaves. Half is still there. You go and grab all the SUVs and have them pull out in front, so when Big and Puff and all them come out, they could just jump in their cars.
And we could leave.
Okay. So tell me about the scene outside as you're waiting for everyone to get in their cars and start to take off.
So first we lined up parallel to the door in which they have to come out, right? You follow me?
Yep.
All right, we lined up parallel to where the doors they have to come out. So if they come out right here, the car's right there. They're right there. So then Big is taking his time because his fibula bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. They fractured or whatever. So it's taking them a long time to come out. So they get out, Big gets in the car, everybody get loaded up. I said, come on, let's go. We ready to go. Puff is running back and forth like, yo, he'll see a girl, he'll go grab a girl. He said, yo, Gene, remember her? She coming to the party tomorrow. I'm like, remember her? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? I never seen him act like this ever, because he don't act like that. Because even in New York City, once Puff get in the car, he'll leave his mama. We gone, we out. So Puff is like looking, and if you see the cameras, you see him running back and forth, looking and everything like that. So I said, big man, what we standing around here for? He said, that's your man. That's your man. And I said, yeah, all right. So then I said, Puff, what's going on? He said, yo, Paul and them ain't got their car yet. I said, this guy's a cop out here and they can't get his car out the garage thing. I got all these cars. I got these cars out of. What are you talking about? You understand? So now we pull out the driveway. When we pull out onto the driveway, now this is the driveway. We pull onto the driveway, and I don't know the street. Is it Wishaw or Fairfax? Which street is right there on the side of that? Is it
Not sure.
Wishaw or Fairfax? Well, whatever street is right there, when you come out the driveway, you got to make a right turn. So we parked up in the driveway. So it's Puff, it's Big's car, and I still think we're waiting for Paul and them car. So now they get people are coming by. Now y'all seen a lot of videos, and in those videos, it seemed like it was a lot of people right there, you know, when Big got shot and everything like that. That's on the other side of the venue, where all those people was walking back and forth right there. Because on our side of the street, it was nobody over there. You understand? So this guy in this blue and white shirt comes walking down. So he walks down and he just goes through the garage, you know what I'm saying, while the cars is lined up. I have my gun under my shirt.
Okay.
You know,
So,
with my hand.
so Gene did have a gun.
You know, sideways to the trigger like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't put it on the trigger or nothing like this. I got my gun on something like that. So the guy walks through, and now I see Paul. I say, yo, Paul, what's up? He said, yeah, and the guy just kept on walking. I said, Paul, you see the guy in the blue and white shirt? He said, yeah, I saw him. He said, yo, he Puff all right? I said, yo, Puff straight. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your eye on him. So the guy walked away. You know what I'm saying? So then next thing you know, less than 5 minutes from that, hear this guy come down. He dressed in a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie. You understand? He comes and he just, it's a pillow right here. Puff is in the driveway. If you walking down the street, you can't see me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm standing right by the pillow, right? So you can't see me. So when he got to the point, because he was walking closer to the curve than he was in the middle of the sidewalk, he was walking close to the curve, close to the cars, I see him. And Puff is about, I would say 10 to 15 yards from him, right? And I'm about 5 yards from him. So the guy, when I come from over the pillow, he stops immediately. And he just looked at me and I looked at him. He didn't say nothing. So I lowered my arm and he could see my gun. He looked me in my eye and turns right back and walks down the street. So when he got far enough from down the street, maybe 4 or 5 car lengths and everything like that, I said, yo, y'all ready? He said, yeah, we ready. So we pulls out the driveway and now we lined up side the street. There's cars parked there from the opening of the museum all the way down to the corner. So we park right there coming out the garage and I see Paul and them. Big's man is across the street. He has a white Land Cruiser. He's from Philly. I think Charlie Baltimore may have been in the car with them. I'm not for sure. So When we pull out the driveway, Paul comes up to me. I said, yo, Paul, you good? You good? Y'all ready to go? You ready to go? I said, all right, because Puff had already made the decision that we're going to Steve Stout's house now. So when he gets up there and he said, yo, we were just leaving. No, we were going to Steve Stout's house. I had got a call from Chaz. I had called Chaz and I let Chaz know. I said, yo, Chaz, we about to go to Steve Stout's now. I said, no, I'm coming down there, man. Y'all don't go to Steve Stout's house. Y'all don't go to Steve Stout's house. And he didn't say anything on the phone. You know, he said, I'm on my way down there. You know what I'm saying? So he had left Steve Stout's in the house. So we parked on the side of the Peterson Museum. So when I said to Paul said we was ready to go, I said, all right, follow us. I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I'm having my gun out. I'm on the side of the car. At the time, I'm 265. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the street 30. You know what I mean? So I was a little slimmer back then. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the fuck you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I got to put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm going to drive. Run the next 3 lights. Kenny just took off. When he took off, we got past the light because it was a flashing red light. We got past the light and we got across the street. Tone, who was behind me, said, yo, somebody in the car pointing a gun at Big and them. I goes to open the door. Fucking, next thing you know, you hear it say, pow! Pap, 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 pap. Yeah. It was 5 or 6 cars, it was like, pap, 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 pap. Right? Fucking Kenny guns the car going forward. I said, Kenny, what the fuck is you doing? He said they shooting at Big. He said, we don't know who they shooting at. He then goes up the block, stops, and do this 3-point, something like that, U-turn, comes back. And as we coming back, we see the guy turning the corner from the corner. He was parked on the corner because there's no way he could have got on the side unless his car was already parked there. You understand what I'm saying? So now, we stops right in the middle, right in front of Big's car. We stops. Puff jumps out the front seat and runs around there to Big's car. All that shit running around the block. I ran down the block and shit like that. That's bullshit. When we got in front of the car, he jumps out the car, ran over to the Big side of the car. So now I'm behind.
So he's saying Mase lying. Y'all heard that, right? Okay. Let me rewind it.
When we got in front of the car, he jumps out the car, ran over to the Big side of the car. So now I'm behind Puff and I'm looking down the block and everything like that. Those girls who was right there on the corner talking to Puff and them, they had talking to Big and Lil C's and them. I don't see them. The street is clear. Tone said, Gene, come on, let's go. Me and Tone hops back in the car. And we try to take after the guy. Tone is trying to floor it, but it had one of those government chips in there, the car. So every time we get close to 100, go all the way back down. So we could see the guy at the top of the hill. Oh, it was a top. We see the guy up at the top where he had to make, when he made a right. When he made that right turn, when we got up the top of the hill, we ain't see shit. So I said, Tone, let's go back, man, to make sure everybody all right. Because I'm the only one got a gun.
Oh.
I got 2 of mine, and I gave Paul 1 of mine.
Okay. So him and Paul had.
So we get back, and as soon as I get out the car, I go down to the Peterson Museum, and I just that little corner where I said that I was at before the Muslim came out, right there. I just chilled right there like it was nothing, while they was all at the top. You know what I'm saying? Now they got ambulance, fire department, and the police department on the other side of the museum. Wasn't thinking. Should have ran over there and got the ambulance guys to get it. Wasn't thinking, man, at all. So that's when I see DJ Quick come up the block. He was coming from up the block, and he said on his phone, he said, yo, I think they got one of those bad boy niggas. They said they was gonna get him. I said, they said they was gonna do what? And then Paul come running down the street. Yo, Gene, we about to go. We got to go. What are you doing down here? So I looked at Quick. Quick looked at me. I went away. I went, ran up the street with them, got in the car. Puff got in the car with Big. He was sitting behind Big, right? D-Rock had came back because they all had ran down the block once Big got shot. All that shit Lil C said we was behind the truck. You was a lie because you guys come running down the block because D-Rock was like, yo, they shot my man. They got my man. And Puff got him behind Big, and I said to Puff, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let him go to sleep. Whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. And Kenny jumped in their car because he said he knew where the hospital was at. And now Tone was driving our car. So Puff said, Kenny, you know what hospital is? He said, yeah, I know where the hospital is. And Big, he said, yo, Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. And Big said, just do it before I close the door. He said, just do it. So she said he didn't say nothing. But I see he's a 17-year-old kid. He in shock and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? When those shots went off, I heard somebody was on your program say, everybody ducked down in the car. Only one person ducked, and that was Puff. Everybody else was trying to look back or was looking back at the situation. Kenny was driving forward. We all was trying to look back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the car was shot 4 times, with the 4th shot being fatal. By the time Big got to the hospital, he was pronounced dead. He was only 24 years. Yeah, he was 24 years old.
I knew he was dead.
Yeah, he was only 24 years old. Still a young kid, honestly.
Right.
Literally half my age right now. You know, when you guys were outside, did you see Keefy D, any of the Southside guys in front of the museum before you guys took off?
I seen Keefy D when he came upstairs because I was wanting to introduce him to Big.
Oh, okay.
Called like, yo, Big, you know him? Big was like, nah. I said, Big, you don't know him? This is one what we used to call him back in the day? Head, it's the terminology we used to give the guys who were bosses. You know, back then, I say, yo, Big, this one of the bosses from out there, Keefy D, one of the Crips. He was like, oh yeah, all right. They gave each other dap, and that was it.
That was it.
How much of your home equity do you need to change your life? Well, it depends on how you want.
What do y'all think? I got to play Mase one more time, man, because we have never heard Mase say anything. So I'm going to play Mase one more time just to get my head around this, and then I'm going to give you my reaction after this. Oh, my goodness.
We was talking about after Biggie got killed and how like nobody from Bad Boy bust a gun when Biggie got shot, and the gang, I'm not going to talk too much, but he was telling me how the gangs was in the hotel and so on and so forth. And he maneuvered his way to get out of that situation because everybody that he came with there to LA had left out. He was the only one there. So you got Biggie passed away, security not busting their hammer, Puff get on a private jet, everybody going, and Mase figured his way to get out of here. So we was talking about, he said, Cam, that's why you just see me run around with nobody sometimes. Ain't nobody do shit. I'm better off by myself. It's funny, but not funny.
Yeah, when they go, cow, cow.
Yeah.
You by yourself. Everybody trying to make it home.
Yeah.
Especially niggas crying behind cars. I just want to go home. I just want to be home.
Right. But that's part of me saying that you the chosen one. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, what do you do if you're security crying behind the car?
Damn.
I just want my blanket. I just want your blanket. Nigga, I gotta get out of here. I done seen too much. Niggas can't tell me nothing. That's why when niggas be talking tough, I said, man, just say it. I done seen all that. Nigga said he want to just go home and be under his blanket. You like, what?
But he there for security. I just want my blanket.
This glass on the floor. Niggas is behind the car. I'm never going to be in this position.
I just want to go home and
I just want to be under my blanket. Niggas you like, wow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we got to get out of here. God, you get me out of here. I'm never fooling with these niggas. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually
Oh, man.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
You know me.
I know you.
This is why I'm here. This is why I don't go nowhere with these niggas.
Yo, but I know you. I'm trying to picture your facial reaction to the nigga talking about I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Man. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Excuse me.
Is that?
Sorry about that.
That was great. That was great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I know you said he was joking, but that's why I asked, because it don't really be jokes. Like,
If my security holding me down in Cali, is somebody, the number one rapper in the world, get killed, you talking about not to laugh at big at all, but nigga telling you, I just need to want to go home. And the second top artist in the world, which is Mase, about to be number one. Nigga said, that's what I'm saying. I'm under his face because I'm like, if y'all let niggas do that to Big, I don't stand a chance.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Man, that's really sad, man. All the little dots are connecting, y'all. So, it sounds like it was Gene Deal who hid behind the car, according to Mase. But Gene Deal, he got his own version, and he is the one of the first ones to publicly share all this info about Diddy and brought it to light. So it's two insiders, two narratives. We know Diddy bailed. you know. But did Gene bail? Sound like a setup, man. Y'all think it's Mase hyping it up his departure, or you think Gene is just a spin doctor? Um, you know, Mase, he said his intuition kept him alive. I truly believe that. He chose he chose his camp over Diddy's. He chose himself. And I'm so happy that Mase chose himself. But Cam, he confirmed that you can't trust nobody. You got to ask yourself, who is in your corner when things pop off? That's what survival is built on. So Mace trusted the people who proved to be disloyal, very disloyal. I know that had to have been a scary night. So today's lesson, y'all, trust your gut. Trust your gut. If it wasn't for Mace's intuition, he could have got killed as well. I wasn't there, but they've been talking about this since the 90s, y'all. So just imagine all these different stories. If Mace never said nothing, he went off on Gene during that time, and you kind of have to ask yourself, why is Mace so pissed off at Gene? And you can Google that and see that on YouTube. And I never knew why, because Mace never really said anything. Today is the first time he ever said something, y'all. Like, we've been waiting on this nigga to say something for 20 years, and he finally said something. And he said the security was hiding behind the car, wanting his blanket. Oh my God, y'all. So Mace saw the red flags and he moved. Maybe we got to start doing the same in our lives, y'all. Drop your thoughts. Whose side are you on? Who's telling the truth? Team Mace, Team Gene. Hit the comments, share this, and stay tuned for more real conversations. Peace out, y'all. Thanks for joining me.